Today I'm going to show you my version of Zuppa Toscana, which is the Olive Garden Tuscan soup. This is a casual dining faux Italian soup that a lot of us like. Here we go. Okay, so to start, I am going to be working with around 2 pounds of russet potatoes, 1 small onion, 2 cloves of garlic. Here I have a pound of mild Italian sausage. You could go for spicy, but I'm going to go for mild and add crushed red pepper flakes later. Here I have 6 ounces of chopped bacon. I'm also going to be working with 6 to 8 ounces of fresh kale, and all I did was just remove the leaves from the stems. So here I have a variety of different chicken broths and stock. In all, you'll need about 8 cups of low sodium chicken broth. That works for this recipe. I'm going to be adding water to make up for that, and a cup of heavy cream. So here I'm going to cook the bacon first, and it's a cold, heavy bottom pot. I've added my chopped bacon, some water, and then turn up the heat and let it cook. This is going to render out most of the fat using this method. Eventually it looks like this once the water evaporates. And now I'm just going to keep cooking until it looks like this. So once the bacon is cooked, golden brown and crispy, you'll want to remove that from your pot, and whatever rendered bacon fat is left, I'm going to use. Now if it renders too much, then you can remove some of it. By the way, if you want more bacon in this recipe, go for it. I went for 6 ounces. So for some of you that are watching this video, you probably remember that endless soup and salad combo at Olive Garden. I remember I used to pay like $6 for it. I can't tell you how much it is now, but that combo came in clutch when I wanted to save money. Okay, so now I'm going to add my diced onion right into the pot, and I'm going to saute this. Actually, I think my pot is a little too hot, so if that happens to you after cooking the bacon, you'll just want to lower the temp of the heat, like I'm going to do now, because it's getting a little too smoky too quick. But you're going to saute that until it's fragrant and aromatic and translucent. Now I'm going to add my Italian sausage right in, and I'm just going to break that apart, and I'm going to cook, saute, and get a little browning on your Italian sausage. And I did state earlier, use spicy. So now I'm going to add my 2 cloves of minced garlic. I kind of add this after I saute everything because I don't want the garlic to burn. That'll just ruin the entire dish. So continue the saute, break everything apart, brown it well, and eventually it looks like this. And it did pick up a lot of that fond from earlier. So now I'm going to start adding my chicken broths. I think after eyeballing everything, 8 cups of liquid, whether you're using water and you salt later, or if you're using chicken broth. 8 cups works for this recipe in my opinion. And here I'm going to add some water that goes right into the pot. And I kind of added a bit more than 8, which I think I should have added less. So that's why I'm saying 8 cups. So crank that up, and you'll want to mix that. Now before it starts to boil, you'll want to add your chopped potato. You don't want to add the potato to boiling water, because then the outside cooks quicker than the inside, and it starts to get mushy on the outside and raw in the center. And I cut these kind of thin chunk-like pieces. So give that a mix. And I'm going to add the lid right on top. And this will help expedite bringing up your liquids to a simmer or a boil. So once it starts to simmer and boil, I'm going to start with a teaspoon of salt. Ultimately, you'll want to season and salt to your preference. So I'll go for a teaspoon here. And just shake that in. Remember, I'm working with unsalted broth or low sodium broth, so it will need salt and seasoning. Okay, now for some cracked black pepper. Again, the amount is up to you. And I'm just going to give this a mix. And at this point, it is simmering or it's boiling. I'm going to let it cook for about 10 to 12 minutes. And then once the potato is tender, and actually I'm going to remove one, you'll want to test it because you don't want these to like disintegrate or fall apart. You want it to keep its shape. So this, I believe, is done. And now I'm going to add the rest of my ingredients. Here I'm going for the kale, and it's going to go quick after this. I'm not going to cook this any further, or not that much longer. So the kale goes in, and I'm probably going to let this continue boiling and simmering for about another 3 to 5 minutes. It's not very long. Give that a mix, and then what I'm going to do is add my heavy cream. I'm working with 1 full cup, and I'm just going to pour that right in. And I want to get some of that residual heavy cream out, so I'm kind of dunking it into the pot. And now give this a mix, and like I said, simmer for another 3 to 5 minutes, and then it's done. Now remember, I didn't use spicy Italian sausage. I went for mild because I like to control the heat or the spice level of this. So what I'm going to do is add a couple of shakes of crushed red pepper flakes. And you could leave this out and just let everyone do that into their individual bowls, which I do both, but I'm going to shake in just a little bit of this, give it a mix. Let us not forget the bacon going right in. You could also garnish with bacon, and like I said earlier, add more if you want. So now this is ready. It doesn't need to simmer or boil any longer, and it smells amazing. And be sure to taste for salt and adjust to your preference. So I am going to serve a bowl, and this goes great with like garlic bread, or if you want croutons. Heck, you could even use like club crackers or something. It's so good. So the weather is chilly and cold outside, so I wanted to make a comforting hearty soup to keep us warm. So I'm going to garnish with more crushed red pepper flakes. You can garnish with some Parmesan cheese and dig in. I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it. And thanks for watching.